Hello and welcome everybody to the Join Dota League Season 2. This is Division 2.1, a tiebreaker game between Compass Gaming and Osliki Gaming. And actually, Osliki Gaming, they need to win before 50 minutes and 49 seconds in if they want to get to the Division 1-2 playoffs. Otherwise, Compass Gaming, if they win this game, they will be the one getting through. So, I mean, a lot on the line for them. They definitely want to get into Division 1 for the next time because that's where the money is actually around as well. But I'm not alone for this cast because joining me is Grandis3.
Hello, doing good and excited to cast some Join Dota here.
It should be a great game. Osliki actually just came away from a best of 5 win in a grand final. I think they got themselves like $700-ish from it, if I'm not mistaken. So good win for them in a best of 5, but on the backside of it, they're probably kind of exhausted just having to play 4 games in a row, and now this will be the 5th one.
Yeah, definitely, that does play into it quite a lot. I mean, so far in the draft, nothing too crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's, well, just, I guess, going standard, and Compass Gaming, they just, I mean, I'm not actually too sure who will take the spot if Osliki Gaming cannot win this before 50 minutes and 49 seconds, but do you think Compass Gaming will actually try to rely on just outlasting that time? Or, I mean, 51 minutes is a pretty long time, so do you think they're just going to play their usual game and try to just outplay Osliki maybe?
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be their plan. I don't think they're going to just bank on like an anti-mage getting 6-slotted and pushing out all the lanes for an hour. I think probably just playing your own game is the safest way to approach this.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. And actually, they're taking a long time just deciding the first pick. I mean, actually the Lycan is in the pool as well, and especially on the Dire side, it's just so strong because you can also go for the early erosions. But then again, not too many teams actually still favor the Lycan after the nerfs. Although I think it's still a just ridiculously strong hero, but what would be the alternatives for it? Oh, I get, what? A Disruptor first pick?
I don't know, I was thinking something more along the lines of a Mirana, but I don't know, Disruptor, as a support, he's really good against heroes that don't build a BKB early, and a lot of the carries nowadays don't. We're not seeing as much Luna and Gyrocopter, but speaking of that Lycan, Osliki Gaming going to take that up for themselves?
Yeah, I mean, if they just get like, I mean, well, they go for a Centaur, so I guess they favor that hero. They actually played it in the last game against Cleave or Aware Gaming as well, that they just won now. And I really thought like, okay, maybe going for the Lycan, just pick up a Nature Prophet for the offlane as well, and just make 100% sure that you can finish the game before 51 minutes. But Compass now, they pick up an Axe, and in Disruptor Axe, it's kind of a weird first 2 pick combination.
Well, to be fair, they're both very good against Lion. The Call is very good at locking down the line when he's in the wolf form, and the Glimpse is also good at getting it back. Usually you're not going to see a BKB first on the line, although that might be what he's forced into doing this game. Usually you see them back off for the Necronomicon earlier on, and Glimpse is very good against Lycan Ultimate as well as Centaur Ultimate. I don't know. I think Osliki Gaming definitely got the better trade here, but maybe Compass Gaming have something in mind for the rest of the draft here.
Yeah, and actually, where do you think the Axe is going to be played at? Is it just going to be like mid lane Axe, maybe even jungle, or... I mean, I guess he could play the offlane as well, but I, for one, definitely won't favor that decision.
Yeah, I don't like Axe in the offlane unless he's aggressive, but with a Disruptor, not the best aggressive support, so yeah. Probably mid or jungle.
I mean, I think Compass Gaming might go for something like a Darkseer as well, just to combo up with the Kinetic Field, Static Storm by the Disruptor, as well as having a hero who is actually pretty damn good in stopping the pushes. Or, well, maybe not so good at stopping it, but just picking a fight when the enemy is trying to come push. Just surge yourself in, vacuum wall, or maybe even blink in when you have enough gold for it, and just follow up with the Berserker's Call. It might be a worthwhile combination.
Also, Darkseer can put a decent amount of pressure on the Lycan early, even if he's solo, so yeah, it would be a solid pickup for Compass Gaming.
And well, actually, I mean, judging from the bans, they just all take out supports, both of them. Compass do ban out the Mirana combinations. As Osliki, well, they go for a Vengeful Spirit. That gives them some extra push with the Vengeance Aura. And actually, even as the Radiant side, if they just win one fight or Compass are just a little bit out of position, with the Vengeance, not the Vengeance Aura, but the Howl of Terror minus armor, as well as a Lycan, they could even sneak a Roche as the Radiant side.
It is very risky, but yeah, if they do win a fight, they can take it very quickly with all of the minus armor coming out from them. I don't know, Vengeful Spirit is I don't know, pretty solid as a support. Yeah.
It's true, it's especially if Berserker's Call or Axe gets the initiation, or even if somebody gets caught in the Kinetic Field Static Storm, you can swap them out defensively as well. And we shall see how well they can actually utilize that hero. But Compass now, the third pick about to come out, they do need a secondary support, I guess, unless they want to just run a jungler or something. But what do you think they actually might go for as well? I guess that answers it. They pick up a Rubik, it's, I mean, decent to steal the Stampede, I guess. I mean, Hoof Stomp, not the best since Rubik can't get into position unless he has the Blink Dagger. And well, Vengeful Magic Missile is also a pretty decent spell to steal.
Yep, they might also be setting up for a Tidehunter pick. Tidehunter can do very well in lane against the Lycanthrope, and I think they still need an offlaner. So maybe that's the thought process behind the Rubik. I don't know. Rubik can do well without levels, and I don't know. He's a good support. The support duo here doesn't really have a lot of damage between the two heroes, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a defensive kind, or... Well, I mean, Disruptor's Thunder Strike, it does a pretty nice amount of damage on the first level, 160 damage across 4 bounces, or 4 strikes. But it takes up a lot of mana, and, well, I mean, Rubik, Telekinesis, no damage, a solid lockdown otherwise, but Compass, they're definitely going for the defensive side, and oh, they pick up a Tinker for themselves. And
yeah, I can see this Tinker really working well. They don't have the best heroes to catch him. They can get vision of him in the trees with the Vengeful Spirit Hal, and then they can jump on him with the Centaur. But other than that, you should have a decent game as long as he's able to get a Blink Dagger up at a good timing. He is on the dire side, so access to the Ancients is a little bit limited. But still, Tinker is scary to play against.
yeah, definitely, especially if you just have to jump in. I mean, Centaur, even if he gets the jump on the Tinker, Tinker already probably has the March of the Machines under him at least once. And that spell just does crazy amounts of damage, and it's so hard to push into it or fight in it as well. And also, like, that's definitely something that they have to avoid if they can. And do you think they actually might draft their 5th hero? It's like somebody that can deal with the Tinker? Like maybe a Storm Spirit who can just focus him out, jump him with the Ball Lightning?
Yeah, definitely an option for them. In lane, though, the Tinker isn't really pressured all that much by the Storm, and I'd say that Tinker wins his lane against the Storm. So unless these supports rotate onto the Tinker, this Tinker still might have a good game, even if they do go for something like a Storm Spirit.
It's really hard. If you're always leaky at the moment, they're probably gonna draft a pushing kind of mid laner and Compass. They actually banned out the Dragon Knight as well, having that in mind. And well, as leaky so far, well, all 3 heroes do give something to a push apart from the Centaur, of course. So
Well, and even the Centaur, he gives the initiation, which is pretty crucial for pushing lineups. You need some way to start the fights in order to get to the push afterwards. So I think, yeah, they definitely could shore up their pushing with this last pick in the mid.
yeah, I mean, the Centaur definitely is a overall pretty strong hero, and actually Compass, I mean, like you said, the Disruptor and Rubik, they don't have massive damage output or anything, and Axe relies a lot on getting those counter Helix procs as well. Well, the Culling Blade will help once he's level 6, but before that, the Centaur actually should be rather fine, even in the offlane. Unless Compass pick up, I don't even know what, to be honest, because they are lacking an offlaner. They could go an aggressive tri-lane, to be honest, against the Lycan, with Rubik, Disruptor, Axe as well. It might be somewhat scary, but Shadow Shaman and Vengeful Spirit, well, at least they don't have high range on themselves. But if it would be a tri-lane versus tri-lane, I would favor Oslikis a little bit, I think.
Yeah, even if they are going into the offensive tri-lane at a little bit of a disadvantage, especially since they're on the dire side, it would keep Oslicky Gaming supports off of the mid lane, which is, I think, what they need to do to keep this Tinker alive. So I wouldn't mind an offensive tri-lane coming out from Compass, even though the killing potential is not really there.
Oh man, well, they do have 13 seconds left to actually make their last pick decision now. And it's going to be really crucial to the outcome of the game, probably. And so far, neither team has a crazy amount of late game, to be honest. As actually, Oslicky, they pick up a Doombringer for themselves now as well. And if the Doombringer can actually find the Tinker, it's really good against the Tinker, but I mean, it's just going to be the question of whether he can actually reach him.
Yeah, I think a Blink Dagger is going to be crucial for this Doom if he does want to get the Doom off on the Tinker, because Tinker's probably just going to be sitting on the back lines of the fight, spamming out his March, spamming out the rockets. And yeah, you really do need to get the jump on the Tinker first.
Well, I mean, Compass, are they actually going to get a zoning kind of hero that can keep those heroes away from the Tinker? Maybe on something like a Tide Hunter? I still think the Darkseer might be a viable pick for them, though. Well, we will find out in 5 seconds time. To go for a Mirana instead, and is it just going to be Mirana off lane, or is Compass after all going for an aggressive tri lane and maybe leaving Mirana safe lane?
Their lanes are really ambiguous, excuse me, at this point.
Oh man, well, there's I guess not much to say anymore, as looking at the 5 heroes from each lineup, who do you actually favor would have the upper hand in this game?
Well, as far as laning is concerned, I think Tinker's going to have a good time in his mid lane, at least as far as the 1v1 matchup is concerned. Yeah, I'm not sure how these lanes are actually going to work out for them, so I can't really speak for the mid game, or for the early game rather. Mid game team fight, I really have no idea. We'll just have to see how this game is going to pan out for both of these teams.
Yeah, I think Compass Gaming are maybe a little bit more like item dependent, like Boots of Travels on the Tinker, Axe definitely needs a Blink Dagger as well. And Mirana doesn't scale that well, or that fast rather. I mean, if she gets the items, yes, she's a pretty nice carry with the leap, extra attack speed and everything. But Miranas need a lot of farm to actually start hurting with the right clicks. And Oslicky, they actually have the 3 cores that they do have. They're all rather tanky heroes. So I guess, well, Tinker, March of the Machines, it's gonna be the biggest part in this fight. But to introduce the lineups, starting with Compass Gaming on the dire side, Chet, he's playing on the Tinker, leaving Koretz to play the Axe with Artis on the Mirana, Unstable on the Rubik, and the last one for them will be Kilik on the Disruptor.
And on the Radiant side, we're going to have OSG, Inkvisitor going to be taking up the Lycanthrope, Judo playing on the Centaur War Runner, Obi-Wan Banan on the Shadow Shaman, Bignum on the Vengeful Spirit, which leaves Chomi on the Doom.
Yeah, and I think Inquisitor should be their mid lane player if I'm not mistaken. So we might see a Lycan versus Tinker mid lane, and well, in that, the Tinker should have the upper hand, especially once he gets a few levels into March of the Machines. Or do you think that we might see a Tinker who maxes out laser and heat-seeking missiles?
I don't think he'll be going for the max laser missiles build, but maybe something of a hybrid, maybe like a 2-2-4, starting out with a 2-2-0 opener just to give the extra laning presence early on. Could be good, but either way, I don't think there's really a bad build to go here because the March is just going to be so strong at zoning out the Lycan. So I don't think you really do need to rely on the laser March to give you that extra laning presence.
I mean, I definitely favor the March build just because once you get those Boots of Travels, you will just get so much more accomplished, because if you go for maxing out the first 2 spells, you're just under so much pressure to actually get the kills with that, because otherwise you just won't find the farm anywhere. So I like the March of the Machines build, and like we said, just zoning out the Lycan mid lane as well as just being able to defend against pushes earlier.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, I think OSG are going to be, or at least these supports are going to be under a decent amount of pressure to help out the Lycanthrope in the middle lane. If they're able to gank the Tinker, I can see this Lycan winning his lane, but yeah, in a vacuum, Tinker definitely has the upper hand.
Oh man, those pauses coming out. Can't even, like, we don't know at all what Compass Gaming's laning is gonna be like. And, well, Koretz, he plays their offlaner usually, so he's on the Axe at the moment. And I guess actually with the Mirana, they could go for a Disruptor Rubik Mirana aggressive tri-lane and leave the Axe safe lane up against Centaur. That actually would be pretty nice laning for Compass, I think.
Yeah, I think that could work out for them. If they're able to get some early kills, it would be good. But worst case scenario for this Doom, he just heads straight for the jungle. We'll have to see if they're going to make a big rotation to block some of those camps. But I don't know, even if you limit the Doom to 1 or 2 camps, he can still get his farm and get up a Midas and catch up later. So I'm not sure what good putting pressure on the Doom is going to do. But maybe they start out with an aggressive tri-lane and then just roam the supports up top where they're needed.
Yeah, it's... well, the pressure is kind of on Oslicky because they have to win this game to actually have a chance. Compass Gaming, they already have 1 win. And the tiebreakers, or the time limits, favor them, I guess. So, oh man, it's... late game wise, I think actually Oslicky probably has a small advantage. Unless the Tinker gets really big really early and just starts wrecking Oslicky. But if it's even in the gold as well as XP, or kind of even at least, I mean, I just think the Lycan with the Shadow Shaman pushing, or split pushing rather, it's something to look out for. And of course Doombringer, that Doom ability of his, the ultimate, it gets better as the game goes on, because the more items your enemy has, the more effectiveness the Doom actually has as well.
Yeah, and if we're talking super late game scenario, we'll see like maybe a refresher coming out on this Doom, and yeah, that's really scary to be playing up against. Maybe even like a double BKB on him too, with the refresher. I don't know. Yeah, if this does go late, I would favor OSG. I think, I don't know, their just ability to find pickoffs with the Doom and then transition those into tower pushes and breaking high ground would be very good. But yeah, as it stands, we just don't know how this game is going to work out.
Got to allow those early pauses. Not much to analyze even, but... Well... Is there something we haven't talked about? Like, something in particular?
I don't think so. I'd like to see OSG maybe block the ancient camps of KPG. Maybe just to shut down the Tinker's farm a little bit, but either way, there's still plenty of good spots where the Tinker can farm 2+ camps. Although the Dire side farm is definitely harder to come by as a Tinker. Radiant has a lot more abusable spots with like the triple camp on the Radiant side. But either way, yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, it's actually, like you said, the Tinker is a little bit better on the Radiant side. He can stack his own Ancients and not actually have any downtime on the lane at the same time. As well as, like you mentioned, the triples pull camp, or not pull camp, but just triple jungling at the same time, 3 camps at the same time, that is. Whereas, actually the Lycan is just a little bit weaker on the Radiant as well. Although I think Tinker is probably a bit more weak, or I don't know how you can say it. Lycan, he benefits less than being on the Dire side compared to the Radiant. When you switch it around for the Tinker, oh my god, it's getting late for me.
That's okay. Well, Lycan will be heading towards the mid lane. Starts out with Howl first for the extra damage, and we'll help him out in this first couple of waves. So the lanes, it is just going to be Inkvisor on the bottom lane with Centaur in the off lane, so pretty much as expected. In the mid lane, we're actually going to have an Axe played by Gork, and Tinker is heading towards the solo safe lane. Excalibur, who was playing on Fnatic during the summer, actually said that he prefers playing Tinker in the safe lane just so that you don't have the option to roam onto him early, and so that he'll be able to secure that early game farm. So I'm actually quite liking this laning choice coming out from KPG.
Yeah, it's probably something that Oslicky might not be expecting as well. So, I mean, they're definitely doing something because they've already smoked up just to make sure that Compass, they don't have any wards spotting out their movements, and they want to go for that early first blood. And I think they were hoping for the Tinker, and even on the Axe they might get the first blood, but Axe is a lot tankier than the Tinker is early on. Although then again, actually, he only has 1 base armor whereas Tinker has 4, so... And just less movement speed as well. I mean, I'm not even too sure to be honest. Stout Shield will help, but... I do think we will see the first blood.
Yeah, definitely. Also a dual lane in the bottom lane for KPG with the Rubik and Mirana. They have a decent amount of killing potential and should be able to put some pressure on this Doom, but let's see how this first blood attempt is going to work out for OSG.
Well, they do spot out Goretz coming in now. They have this Observer as well. Nice body blocking actually by both. And they're gonna move in now. They just need the follow-up stance. There's the Howl coming out. Magic Missile by Big now. They need the Shackles. Anything by Obi-Wan Banan. Goretz just outrunning them at the moment. But, getting in from the low ground. Oh my god, the right clicks. There should be enough counter helixes. Well, and actually, Reebok, or Chomi rather, he gets the first blood as well on the Lycan, so he's off to a really good start.
Yeah, very well executed by the supports. I almost thought they wouldn't get it, but good positioning by Obi-Wan Banan on the low ground, getting the Shackles there to secure the kill on the Axe. He almost made it out there with a couple of spins, but... Well, Nate's actually putting a lot of pressure on Chomi, but... Well, good rotation.
Yeah, and I think it was really nice by Obi-Wan Banan as well, just not trying to run after him from the high ground, but just coming in from the low ground to get the best possible angle to actually get the Shackles going. So really heads up play by him, and well, getting the first loop definitely helps. Goretz didn't lose too much because he just TP'd back to the lane. But Lycan, he's gonna have his bottle now, already has it. So he can just heal up even after the counter helixes, but I mean, a Lycan versus Axe, normally, who do you think actually has the better of it in the lane?
I would say Axe, but with this first blood going the way of Lycan, I'd say Lycan. It's pretty even, I guess. I don't know. Don't usually see this matchup.
Yeah, actually the Berserker Skull comes out, Goretz gets one counter the secondary one as well, and well, Chomi, he has his full bottle, but he actually wants to use a little bit of mana before he uses it now. Summons the wolves, bottles up, and probably gonna be fine. And looking at the offlaners at the moment though, with Judo, he's almost level 3, just trying to leech any XP that he can, but one stable comes in, just picks up the illusion rune, and Pignam and Obi-Wan, they had him outnumbered, but just chickened out a little. Oh, I guess they didn't want to get thrown up onto the high ground, maybe?
They might have been able to go for that with the hell damage, but a very low probability kill. So.
Yeah, I think they were probably afraid of just getting lifted to the high ground and having to bring a TP in or something. But oh, Rubik, he's trying to bait an illusion at the moment. Oh, well, doesn't work out for him at least, and another Howl comes out, and he's probably gonna just use it on cooldown anyway, and he's even gone into the jungle at the moment. So maybe afraid of some rotations coming in from Compass.
Well, the supports are showing on the lane. Well, actually, the Rubik's not. He's stacking the Ancients for the Tinker. Already has a double stack going, and should be able to make this a triple for the Tinker. They haven't been blocked by OSG, so yeah, look for this Tinker to get a really fast boost of travel with the way these lanes are working out for them.
Yeah, and that's, you mentioned it as well once we got into the game, that you would like to see Oslicky actually warding out the Ancient Pool, and well, it might just come and bite them in the ass later on.
Yeah, definitely. Do have a little bit of a rotation coming up from Unstable, but I don't know, with the Vengeful Spirit in this lane, I don't think they're going to be able to go for a kill, and I don't think they'll be able to kill the Axe either, so.
Yeah, both would need quite a lot. Oh, Berserker Skull a little bit off target. Chomi does not get caught, but Pignam comes in now. Magic Missile, nope. Doesn't get the range. Actually, Goretz, he feels confident enough that he can just tank up 2 of those heroes. And I guess he's right as well.
Yeah, they're not even going to attempt for the Magic Missile on the Axe. And Axe did have Rubik's backup too, so even if they went on him, he could have just lifted one of the targets and got him away.
Well, Rubik, he just goes back to pool now, and he is still level 1, so might be a bit of an issue, but like you said in the draft, Rubik is decent enough without the heavy levels as well, and of course the items, so he's just gonna be fine. Actually picks up a double damage rune now. Don't think they can set anything up as Pignam. He comes in just to maybe try to zone out Goretz a little bit, but that's about all they can do. And I mean, when do you think we'll see the second kill of the game?
Honestly, I have no idea. It's pretty much just a standoff in this middle lane, and the bottom lanes, I don't know, if there's an arrow coming out from Artis that lands on the Doom, maybe they'll be able to get a kill with TP support, but yeah. The way this game is going right now, I don't think we'll see a kill for quite some time.
Yeah, unless, at the moment sure looks like it. Just completely passive farming by both, and well, I mean, Chet, he's only 800 gold away from the Boots of Travels. Since he's not mid lane, he doesn't need to go for a bottle or Soul Ring straight up, so I guess straight up Boots of Travels, then come in, maybe farm up the Ancients to get his Soul Ring. Or do you think it would be worth it to just get the Soul Ring before?
Honestly, with the stack that's building up in their Ancients, I think going for the Soul Ring would be wonderful. Give them Rana the lane for a little bit while he's taking that, and once he takes that Ancient stack, he would have his Boots of Travel and would make up for the gold he spent on the Soul Ring. So I wouldn't mind either option, but it looks like he's just saving up for the bots.
Maybe he's just feels like, okay, Oslicky, once they get their levels, maybe they're gonna rotate around and gank me. So I just might get it as fast as possible, but I actually would like the Soul Ring first as well. Because without the Soul Ring, it's gonna be maybe hard to just farm the Ancients properly. But now the Observer Ward actually does finally come out by Oslicky, but just a little bit too late as it's already a quad stack. Or is it a quad or triple?
I think that's a quad. I see, no. Can't really tell. Yeah, that's a quad. That's a quad.
And it's hard to tell one Rock Golem from another.
Yeah, definitely.
6 minutes in. We had the first blood, like what, 30 seconds into the game or something, maybe a little bit extra. After that though, just completely standard farming, but Pignam picks up an Invis rune now. And actually with the Magic Missile, with the Hoofstomp, the Double H to follow up, they might get an easy kill on Killik. Or well, any supporter. Actually even Chet might be in trouble here.
Yeah, he's playing fairly far back and the lane is pushing into his tower. They'll have to be patient if they do want to go for this kill.
Well, Howl comes out as well, so even if they're trying to go for the kill, they aren't coordinating all of their spells for it. But, oh, Jet. He should be fine. He actually picks up the Boots of Travel's recipe, so even if he goes down, it's not a big loss for him anymore. March of the Machines is there, Bignum just has to run away from it. Nothing he can do.
Yeah, with these Boots of Travel, it looks like Jet just wants to put as much pressure as he can on the lane. Axe didn't actually go for the bottle in mid, just rushing straight towards the Blink Dagger, so if Tinker does want a bottle, we'll have to buy his own.
I mean, one bottle with a Tinker definitely helps out, just get that instant refill all the time. And now, I think Rubik might be aware that there's an Observer, but then again, if it's already quad stack, it's kind of hard to actually get it stacked even more. But oh, Kilik is gonna be in trouble. Magic Missile is there, but Yarrow to fly onto Bignum. Kilik gets stunned, Double Edge to get the kill. And Artis can he get that counter kill now, Bignum? Oh, he's tanky enough to just run away with the boots of speed that he has.
He could leap and go for the Starfall, but unless he got the double proc, it wouldn't get the kill. Arts won't even throw it out. He actually didn't have enough mana for the combo, unless he used stick charges, so...
Well, just doesn't want to take the chance that maybe another Magic Missile into Hoofstomp Double Edge comes out once the leap is on cooldown already. And we'll make it 2-0 now, 8 minutes into the game. Both teams just sure love their farm. We see actually some drawings out by the Lycan on the minimap at the moment. As I don't know what it indicated for sure, but maybe they think that Compass Gaming has somebody farming in the jungle, maybe Chet even.
He was over there for quite some time, but it looks like he wants to take this Ancient stack. He does have most of the components of the Soul Ring and should be able to complete it before too long.
Oh well, I mean, he's off to a really good start. Has a lot of farm, but actually net worth wise, the first one is Inquisitor on the Doombringer, of course, with the Doom ability, gets all the extra gold, and I actually thought that maybe he might just go for a fast Hand of Midas, but oh, unstable, doesn't get the telekinesis.
He could actually go for a Midas right now. It's still early enough to where it would pay off, and I think that would be a decent choice coming up from Inquisitor, but he might want to just go for the straight up Blink Dagger to initiate onto this Tinker. Also a good choice.
Yeah, I think it probably is going to be either a Blink or maybe a mech for their team, because I mean, who else is going to build it? And if you're going for a pushing, at least semi-pushing kind of lineup, the mech definitely does help out, but well, we shall see what he's going to pick up. I think the Blink might be worth it as well for sure, just to catch the Tinker off guard. He has enough gold for it now, and well, he's just making us wait in suspense.
Since he went for the phase boots, yeah, if he's going for mech, he'll get the drums first. So that is the choice of Inquisitor.
Well, I mean, what do you actually think? Is it worth it going for like the drums and maybe a mech later on at the moment, or would you have favored the Blink? Or maybe even the Midas?
Personally, I would have favored the Blink. But I don't know. We'll have to see. It looks like we're going to have some action on the middle lane. They're going to blink forward with Gorik. He's going to get the call off. Didn't actually land with the center ultimate. They'll be able to disengage. Here comes the glimpse back on Obi-Wan Banan. They're going to lift him up. They should have plenty of damage. He's inside the march, and he will get dunked by the axe.
Well, at least they destroyed the tower, so it's kind of a worthwhile trade. But then again, if you can actually farm up all the Serpent Wards, it's 300 plus gold for your team. So well, it's kind of even, I guess, in the end, as the tower did fall down.
Yep.
Oh, but Lycan, he runs into Kilik, will get the kill, actually might get unstable as well, telekinesis. It's not on cooldown yet, but it's boxed in, the wolves, will they finish up the job? Arrow to fly as well, and Chomi? Oh, does he really want to go that deep? No, he does not, and Chet comes in as well, has the laser to maybe get the mischance going. Nope, Chomi is fast enough as the shapeshift. The duration is just long enough for him to get away, and well, at least gets that one kill, but Artis, he keeps on chasing the arrow coming off cooldown. Leap, arrow maybe, no, not gonna go for it.
After the recent change, those point blank arrows really do absolutely nothing. The stun is just very lackluster, and the damage is also not that great. So he will be able to back off and get away safely.
And well, oh, Obi-Wan Banan, he wanted to put a salve onto Inquisitor, put it on himself instead, although he was full HP anyway. So Inquisitor just has to eat some tangos, but he has enough health regen with the Scorched Earth when actually action starts, probably, I think. Compass, at the moment, they need a lot of burst damage to actually bring down the Doombringer, because when he's at full HP, he's already at 1.3k thanks to those drums. And actually he's picked up a Ogre Club, and is it just going to be straight up BKB for him?
Smoke up top, they're going to blink in onto Kilik, they're going to get the stomp, the double edge, and they should have plenty of follow-up. He's going to glimpse back Judo, but not going to make any difference. They'll be able to get the pick off on the Disruptor up top.
Well, that's a really nice way to show off your Blink there as well. If you just get the first initiation with the Blink, that just gives you so much momentum from there on already, and well, it was a support, but still, Disruptor, always good to have 1 kill and maybe even get the tier 1 tower from this as well. Although bottom lane Arrow will miss, Mass Serpent Doors are down once again, and will they be able to destroy the tower this time around? Well, they have the Glyph as well, they have 4 heroes there, they should be able to deny this tower. But
yeah, but in the meantime, tier 1 tower in the top lane going to fall to Lycan and company.
Well, I mean, Oslick is pushing lineup, working out at the moment, 3 towers down, 12 minutes in, definitely not bad, and even if one got denied, it's still getting them some map control, some global gold regardless, just held. But what do you think Oslick's next objective actually might or should be?
With all of the tier 1 towers going down, they might decide to push down mid and then transition into a Roshan push, but it looks like we're going to have a little bit of action down on bottom.
Oh, Inquisitor is there. Does he want to do unstable? No, he does not. Gets telekinesed. And well, they're going to chase him down. There's the Stampede. They will get the Rubik for sure. They just need a little bit hoof stomp. Double edge, not even necessary there. So, once again, 1 easy kill on the supports. They defend their tower, and if they can keep this up, they're looking extremely good. But oh, Kilik might be in trouble. Big Nam will find him. There's the Magic Missile to start with. Chomi comes in with the Shapeshift, and should be an easy kill. Medallion of Courage with the minus armor. But oh, Chet is there. Moonlight Shadow used as well.
The Blink Dagger on the Tinker can't really go for those.
Oh, but Artis gets stunned up. He's under the sentry ward. Will he go down? They don't have enough damage in Chomi. He's in a bad spot. Dunk by Goretz onto Vengeful Spirit, and well, they just should have run away when they had the chance.
Yep, they were running through the March of the Machines through that, and it just did so much damage to the Lycanthrope. And that's your Blink Dagger done on the Tinker. He's hitting some very good timings.
What's his gold per minute actually? 433. Nothing too absurd or anything, but still pretty damn good. And now he can just defend towers that much better because you TP in, shift Q your blink, and just get into the trees, march the machines to come out. And there's not much Oslicky can do at the moment. But oh, Chudo. Phew. I was like, oh, he's dropping low. Just farming up the jungle. And giving me a fright there.
Yeah, but it is unfortunate for KPG that their tier 1 towers did all fall. It will make the Tinker's life a little bit harder, but once they're able to get some of that map control back and push into the tier 1s on the side of OSG, I think they'll be looking fine. And really, I don't see OSG pushing into the tier 2s just yet with the Tinker, with all of the items that he has.
Yeah, I don't think they can do it as well. Well, especially as Goretz also has the Blink Dagger on Yax. So actually pushing has become a lot scarier, and actually Yax is going for a straight up Aghanim Scepter now, has the point booster for it already. And Yax actually has a pretty decent amount of farm, has gotten 2 kills to his name, both were Culling Blades as well. So just the satisfaction already of getting the dunk, just some moral boost.
Yeah, Blacken's doing a really good job of spotting out these movements with the Wolves. Very annoying to deal with as supports. Up on top, they are going to have an arrow onto Chomi. He should be able to get away, has the shapeshift, and will be able to run.
I think it was maybe a little bit premature popping that, but then again, does not want to have a disruptor coming in with the static storm. And now he's going to farm up the double stack in the jungle. And oh, there's an early gem pickup for Goretz on the Axe. Well,
yeah, I really like this to seize the map control back and also to deal with those pesky Lycan Wolves that have been scouting them out through the jungle. I think it's a good pickup for him.
I mean, the Lycan Wolves definitely a nice choice against that, and well, they're probably aware that there are some sentry wards in their own jungle at the moment as well. So just scouting those things out, and I just hope to God that he does not lose it immediately, because that's a lot of gold lost there. But oh, Judo. They actually find Artis in the jungle after all. The Wolves were the ones to scout him out, I think. So, I mean, like we were saying, the Wolves pretty damn annoying, and you have to deal with them.
Yeah, if they will get some uphill vision, not going to find any wards, however, they will be able to clean out these sentries that were blocking some of the jungle camps, which is probably what prompted the gem purchase. Judo looking for a blink initiation, maybe. They have spotted out the axe. He does have the gem, knows that the wolves are on him. So nobody's going to jump just yet.
They don't have the Stampede or the Shapeshift yet for another 20 seconds. But Inquisitor, he has picked up a BKB on the Doombringer already. He's level 11 as well. And I mean, he's just so damn tanky, and what's actually gonna kill him? I mean, March of the Machines, yeah, they still damage you even if you're BKB'd up. But other than that, he's gonna take no damage at all almost.
Pretty much. Also, the auras are so scary coming out from OSG. They have the Vengeful aura, now they have the Alpha Creep aura, and they also have the Lycan aura on top of that, mostly just for the Lycan itself. But still, a lot of damage that usually you don't see. Like Vengeful Spirit and Xiao Xiaoman are going to be hitting surprisingly hard in these team fights.
Yeah, indeed they are, and well, that's the one benefit of just having the Howl as well as those auras for you. And even the Howl of the Wave of Terror rather will help you out with the minus armor, but now tier 2 tower did drop down to half HP or so with the Mass Serpent wards, which got farmed up in return by Compass. And oh, the Roshan is going on, they have the Medallion of Courage just for the minus armor, but are they looking for a fight or are they just baiting this out?
Honestly, I'm not sure. It's a very scary place to be fighting with the Disruptor ultimate at the ready, and they will back off. At least for now.
It's definitely really scared to go up against that with all the AoE that Compass Gaming has at their disposal. And just the initiation coming out from them as well. And actually so far, we haven't seen one useful glimpse that could land them a kill or anything. And like overall, Rubik and Disruptor, I haven't seen much of them at all, apart from Rubik just stacking the Ancients early.
Yeah, Tinker's build, he's going for a Dagon. What do you feel about this item? Well, actually, he's going down on bottom. They're going to find out Ink Visitor, and they should have plenty of damage to get this. Tinker wasn't able to rearm. Will the right clicks be there? He's just so tanky with the Scorched Earth regen. He's actually surviving. Has the BKB. He's going to Doom up the Tinker. He might just die here, and it looks like that is going to be the case. Doom will be the first to fall, but on the backlines, there goes the Static Storm. Obi-Wan Banan falling and caught inside it. Bignum going to be the next to fall. Not a lot of mana to speak of on the axe, and actually missed a dunk with one more spin. He will be able to get that kill. Everybody's so low on the side of KPG. It looks like they'll be able to all back off, however. 3 dead on the side of the Radiant. They're trying to chase out Chomi, but he'll be able to back off.
I mean, that was just such a good fight for Compass Gaming. They did not lose a single hero there. They got the tower, 3 kills as well. And like he couldn't even do Roshan at the same time. So that was just a perfect opportunity for them. Well, not a opportunity, but just perfect outcome. And Osleeki, at least they're going for some damage on the tier 2 tower top lane as Judo is trying to take care of that. And I actually think that the Centaur tried to TP in but got glimpsed back by Kilik. I heard the glimpse, but I'm not too sure if it caught the Centaur or not.
We do have a hasted Lycan spotted out in the Dire jungle. They're looking for him. Blink forward by Gork. Not going to be able to get the taunt, however. And with the haste rune, Chomi should be able to back off. Oh, it looks like they might go into this. They're going to blink in Hoofstop onto Gork. Judo gets lifted up, however. He's going to steal the Hoofstop. Hoofstop return to Judo. Will they have enough damage? Gork does have the dunk. He's not getting him low enough. I think they'll be able to go for this. Well, Centaur ultimate will get them out to safety.
I think he had enough for the dunk at one point, maybe.
Yeah, he was below 450.
But then the magic stick came out and, well, I guess that boosted him up enough, but that's going to actually be Judo's pipe finished in only 50 gold. So with the pipe, well, they don't have a mech quite yet on anybody. But even the pipe will help up. But oh, they get the Berserker Skull onto Bignum. They need a few more spins. It's actually Goretz. He just backs off. I thought he's going to go for the solo kill there. But guess not.
Well, Tinker's TP was cancelled. The creep died, was killed by the Vengeful Spirit, so he wasn't able to have that backup from the Dagon Tinker. Well, actually, Dagon not online for the Tinker, but with the nukes coming out from him, they definitely would have had that kill.
And well, actually, looking at the items on Lycan, he's going for a Necrobook after all, so doesn't care too much about the magic coming out from Compass. Just wants to have that extra pushing power, rather even. And
well, looks like Kilik's going to get caught out in the Dire jungle, going to be stomped up. They have plenty of damage to take him down. Double edge not even needed.
I mean, it's like a deja vu. I've seen that happen before. Kilik, I think it's at least the second time, maybe the third time that he's tied in that position. And Osleeki, they got it without any wars, but oh, Goretz, he has himself an Invis rune. Can he actually get a big Berserker Skull here?
Well,
they are grouped up. Oh my god. That would have been a perfect one, but that just wouldn't have been the follow-up, unfortunately.
And just look how fast that 2-2 tower falls.
Oh, they really want to go in. They use the Stampede as well. They want to go high ground at Judo. The Dagon comes out by Jet. He's actually dropping low. Glimpse back as well. Judo is probably going to take a full kinetic field. Not going to keep him in place, but March's Machine does get the kill. And now backlines. Artist, Moonlight Shadows. Will it be enough? Looks like it because the gem is on Compass Gaming. But oh, Doom onto Goretz. He's on the run now. He doesn't want to lose the gem. Can he actually make it out? Well, by the looks of it, he cannot. He does buy back unstable. He's going to fall as well. Chomi has a little bit too much damage in the shapeshift form. And I guess it's going to be a 2-for-1 with a buyback by the axe. Or is it Artist comes back in, Starstorm? A few more right clicks, but he's dropping low as well. The wolves might be enough to get the kill. The right clicks, the level def. And oh, glimpse back. Inquisitor
BKB from the axe, double dunk, and now Jet going to be able to clean up the last kill. A full team wipe in favor of Compass Gaming. That buyback from the Axe completely paid off with those 2 kills. Was able to blink in, got the Vengeful Spirit, got the Lycanthrope, and then they got the gem back from the Doom. He dropped that in that last engagement too. Wow.
Wow, man. Axe, like, buyback paying off there. At the start, I was like, okay, maybe buyback, who knows, but well, making it work for them and good for them, especially just because they got the gem back as well. And Oslicky, they just went way too deep there. I mean, Judo, he went up to tier 3s and just got stunned. Oh man! 30 move, Goretz.
Is an instant kill on Couriers, and with the Aghanim, well, he doesn't have the Aghanim Scepter, but definitely worth putting that on cooldown. You have to be careful when you're microing your Couriers around an enemy Axe.
Indeed you do. To be honest, I really think that the spell should not work on Couriers. It's a little bit silly.
Probably so, but we're making use of that there.
At least it doesn't reset the cooldown. Well, that would be broken.
Definitely.
But now, actually, looking at the graphs, the gold graph is actually in Oslicky's gaming favor as well. They have gotten so many towers, so even if they lost the last fight, they are still ahead by 7,000 gold. And XP, well, it's been dropping down now. It's around 500 in the favor of Compass, actually. It did drop down from 5,000 lead from Oslicky.
They've spotted out Artis over by the Ancients. They're making a wraparound here with the Centaur. Don't think they're going to actually go for that. Well, maybe they will. Air to fly. Bignum going to avoid that one.
Well, I mean, just looking at the farm overall from Compass, apart from Jet on the Tinker, they don't have that much going for them. Axe as well as Mirana, they're farming up reasonably well. But the cores on Oslicky just have a little bit extra. And are they transitioning that extra gold into actually something useful? I guess Necro level 2 on Lycan. Pipe finished on Centaur as well, was already for the last fight, I think. And Doombringer, well, he has a plate mail, and do you think it's going to be either AC or Shivas?
I think it'll be a Shivas, but AC wouldn't be bad either, to be honest. Just stacking those extra auras to help his team.
I think AC definitely would be good because they have so many auras already, but oh, we might see a huge fight coming out. They go in, Berserker's going on to Judo, will it be enough to get the kill? Telekinesis up as well, but there's the Mass Serpent Wars. Everybody's just backing off, Moonlight Shadows activated as well. But Static Storm, they want to kill off the center, the pipe gets activated. He's just so damn tanky and no casualties quite yet. They use the Stampede, but Goretz, another Berserker's Call with the Glimpse. Swap out by Bignum, not helping out, and Judo hoofs them completely off target. Dunked up by Goretz, but Goretz is hexed. Can they get the kill? Artis with the Reckless, it's not going to be enough as Inquisitor with his BKB, but Artis shackled up. Can they get some few stuns, magic missiles and all? Make it another kill as it's a 2-for-1 at the moment. And Lycan, he got the Aegis at the same time.
That was also a gem on the deck. Bignum picks that one up, and a huge win for OSG. Really, the pressure's on Compass Gaming to win these fights because whenever OSG wins a fight, they're able to transition this so easily into a push. Tinker's not there to drop the march, and his tier 2 tower in the top lane is just going to fall so quickly.
And well, to be honest, Compass, their lineup is designed, I think, a little bit to snowball kind of with the Axe. But Axe, so far, he actually hasn't done that too much. Or at least hasn't been able to follow up properly because he's actually had that point booster for quite some time now. Yeah, sure, he has 2k on top of that, but net worth wise, he's only sitting at 6.5 when the highest is 13,000. So, I just feel like Compass, they have to accomplish a little bit more. Maybe just smoke up and go for ganks, or I mean, I'm not even too sure.
It will be, and Assault Cuirass on the Doom has that flying to himself on the Courier, I believe. And yeah, there is the completed Assault Cuirass for Inquisitor.
I mean, that gives them just some extra push, extra survivability in the team fights as well. And actually, Inquisitor, he's hitting for 250 damage, a little bit extra, with the Vengeance Aura being there from the Vengeful, and of course the crits coming in as well. Oh man, in the Doombringer, 25 minutes in, that's actually a lot of damage going out.
Definitely, I don't know, Compass just really haven't been able to seize any map control away from OSG, and with all of these towers heading their way, it's very dangerous. They're going to throw a Wave of Terror, trying to find out this Tinker who's finishing up a stack here, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to find Jet. He's actually walking behind them, going to blink away. Tower's still going to fall, however.
Actually, looks like they want to go for tier 3s as well, and I mean, why not? They can probably take the fight at it. Tinker wasn't in position quite yet, so the tower already down to half HP. Just, it's ridiculous how fast it falls.
You know, with the Howl, Necronomicon on the ground, Glyph going to fall, and that's probably going to be the tier 3 tower, and there you go.
Oh, the Berserker Skull comes out, but Static Storm is there as well. Chomi has to back off. He gets caught, but the Stampede just gives him extra attack speed, and Inquisitor with his BKB, nothing can hurt him but Judo. He gets tuned up, it was stolen by Unstable, but the Rax, they just fall, and even if they lose all their heroes now, they don't care because the Rax are down Judo. He's doomed, Koretz, he's gonna get shackled up under the Mass Serpent Wars, make it a 1-4-0, and Osliki, they did not lose a single hero even after that, but glimpse back Judo, nope. It's not gonna be far enough. I mean, this...
Yeah,
I think just Osliki that they're too far ahead at the moment. Their push is just so damn strong, and all it took was Chet being out of position for like 5 to 10 seconds and they just lost the Rax for it.
Yeah, they didn't even lose the Aegis on the Lycan. That was a complete stomp from OSG. I don't know, they needed a couple more marches of machines down defensively in the base, but Tinker was walking close to the Dire Secret Shop, so he wasn't in position there. Radiant Courier, it's been completely mismicroed, fed away to KPG there.
Well, it's... I guess another Courier killed some global goal for Compass, and they're definitely happy about it for sure. They just need every little bit that they can get at the moment. And actually Chet, he has enough for the Ethereal Blade, and he's gonna pick it up as well, and do you think that, well, can it be called Shotgun? I guess it can somewhat, but do you think it's gonna be enough?
Not really. I don't think he'll be able to really focus them down fast enough. Maybe the Vengeful Spirit or Shadow Shaman at the beginning of the fights, but if Shadow Shaman gets down his words, I'm not sure how much this Ethereal Blade's really going to help.
Oh, Chet gets hexed up, Koretz gets the Berserker Skull onto Obi-Wan, there's the take on Laser to get the kill, and Chomi, he's already backing off, there's the swap by Big Nano, gets the stun onto Chet, and they're gonna lose one life. Kilik stunned up as well, he's gonna fall, and, well, the Doom is on Judo, once again by Rubik. But he's not gonna fall for sure, and oh, Koretz, can he actually outrun them to Doom? Down to quarter of a duration, a few more right clicks will do the job probably, one more, oh, the... Chomi actually gets it with the arrow, and oh, PKB by Inquisitor, level def, and Chet, will it be a dieback for him? And if it is, it's gonna be the end of the game, double edge to get the kill by Judo. Koretz gets one down, can he get the one in Inquisitor? No, Pignum comes in, Koretz out of mana as well, and now Aegis. Chomi is back in the fight, and Chet, he doesn't have buyback because he already used it, and well, without the Tinker, can they really defend?
I'm inclined to say no. In fact, like, just while they're waiting and healing inside the base, this tier 3 tower is going to fall. And they should lose the Rax as well.
Well, I guess Osliki, they definitely beat the time given to them, or will beat it probably. But oh, another Berserker Skull, the creeps were there as well, but Chomi, he's just too tanky at the moment. Judo gets the Kini stop as he got the hoof stomp going, but Unstable, he's gonna fall. Koretz gets swapped back as well, picking up. They're going for different targets. Artis leaps out, but Koretz, he is gonna take a spill in the end. As Rubik steals himself the shapeshift, but Koretz, that's his buyback on cooldown already as well, and that's gonna be Mega Creeps 30 minutes in, and there's no way Compass can come back from this.
Yep, well played by OSG. They picked a lineup that could snowball very early with the pushes, and they executed very well.
Yeah, it's... Oh, I mean, Compass Gaming's draft day... They were just so reliant on having a proper execution for it, and oh, Chomi picks up a Divine Rapier just for fun in the end. Man. So, I guess Osliki Gaming, they're gonna get into the Division 1 to 2 playoffs now, together with Dream Team. It's just some more kills go out, and the Ancients is gonna go down. But this is gonna be it for us, for today as well, because this was only a best of 1 series, just as a tiebreaker. And... well, thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to follow us on this channel, as well as Hefla TV 1 and Hefla Mode, because those are the 3 channels we cast on, for English at least. As well as be sure to check out our Facebook and Twitter, which are both Hefla TV, just to know when we're going online and with what games. And of course, big thanks to GrandisV for casting with me as well.
Yeah, no problem. It's been a pleasure. Happy to do it anytime.
And I think people can follow you at GrandisV on Twitter, right?
Yeah, that is correct, and my Twitch channel is at twitch.tv/GrandisV.
So be sure to check that out, everyone. If you want to support me, follow @Coucher on Twitter. But, well, I'm just gonna get some sleep finally. It's 2 AM here. Didn't expect to cast this late, but stuff happens. But yeah, once again, gratitude for tuning in. Just a few songs before I close off the stream and start uploading the VOD.